It was that gluten-free bread. It's like it has a thickness to it.
It's still lingering in my throat.
You have to let it linger.
Pod Sounds Cool presents Content Jefe, the podcast that helps online business owners make better content and more money. Let's Jefe up. Hello, amigo, amigazo, Content Jefe. Welcome to another episode of the Content Jefe podcast, brought to you by the Pod Sounds Cool. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Studio Steve. And in this podcast, we are here to help you make better content and more money. This podcast is for online business owners or for anyone who might be content creation curious. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about in this episode?
We're going to be talking about collaborations, how you can make money with collaborations and bring a little extra source of income for your business.
Yeah, collaborations, brand deals, all of that.
Mm-hmm. And something that has been happening to us, was the whole reason why we are creating this episode, is that we are starting being approached by big companies in our industry to make content for them. And it has been a very lucrative source of income for us. And that's why we want to have a chat. Yeah. And you may be thinking, I don't have millions of followers, or I'm just starting with social media. But this episode is for you, whether you have only a few hundred followers or you have more followers than that. This episode is for you because we're going to tell you what opened the door to us for those opportunities.
Yeah, and we're going to do that in dividing it into 3 tips, basically 3 basic things that you should have in mind that you can start putting into practice if you haven't already, that will set you up to either be approached by brands or even to approach brands yourself.
Yeah.
So why don't we get started with the first tip?
The first point that I want to share with you, and that I think it's important, is to have a plan for your social media, for your marketing, because it's important that you identified your niche or the group of people that you are making your content for, and also to choose the platform that you're going to be posting this content to. Mm-hmm. It's important. So talking about the niche, it's important because the more niche you are, the quicker you will get to work with brands and sponsors for your content.
Yes. If you're very niched down, meaning that you're very focused on a tight group of people, and that's who you make content for, you can then tell these companies, hey, I might only have 500 followers or an email list of 2,000 people, but they're all very interested in your exact type of product. Yeah. And that becomes your audience becomes something that those businesses would be willing to pay a lot of money to get their content in front of.
Yeah, definitely. So in our case is podcasters.
Yeah.
Right? The majority of people watching our content, consuming our content, they're interested in podcasting.
Or
so
starting
not
a podcast.
Podcasters, but they are interested in starting a podcast.
Yes.
So that's why we
work with podcasting companies all the time. We work with podcast hosts. We work with microphone companies, content creation companies. It's great. Mm-hmm. And it's really fun too. And, even though it's a little bit intimidating, we've had a lot of fun working with these companies.
I know. And it's exciting when companies see your worth and the kind of effort and work that you have put into growing your community, into growing on these platforms. Is really cool when they start recognizing the value in it.
Yeah. And that's something that, is for later in this episode, I think is talking about some of how much to charge, how much you can charge, and things like that. We'll get to that. But why don't we move on to the second point now? So we know it's or the second part of point 1. Mm-hmm. We know it's important to niche down. Mm-hmm. Veronica's laughing because I don't like all the sub points.
He doesn't like the sub points.
Can we just keep it to points and not sub points?
I love my sub points. The other importance of your
plan
under
the umbrella or the
is
point
to
of planning.
Understand how the platforms work and choose the platforms that you want to be at wisely.
Let me tackle this one real quick because I think I got it. I think it's really fresh.
Yes.
Okay, so I like to break it up into two categories. And we're talking about search engines and algorithms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, YouTube has a search engine and an algorithm built into it, which means not only can you search for things, and much like Google populates blog posts, well, YouTube will populate videos that contain those keywords of those searches. So you can optimize any video you make for YouTube. You can optimize it by the title and the topic and the content that's in the video you can optimize it to a certain keyword or something that somebody might be searching for. That's really cool. So if that might help you to understand, like, wow, well, I can actually like take advantage of the second largest search engine in the world and just start making content that I know my niche audience is searching for. And that's what we actually started doing on YouTube to begin with. But the other really powerful thing about YouTube is it also has that kind of popular TikTok, Instagram Reel style algorithm in it too, and that it will actually suggest your content to people, because it's the whole reason that algorithms exist is to predict user behavior and to keep users on the platform for as long as possible. Once you understand that, it's really easy to understand how algorithms might work, or at least assume, because a lot of what we think we know about algorithms are just assumptions. But what we do I think what people have come to an agreement on is that there's test audiences, small audiences. And anytime you post something on TikTok or Instagram Reels or even YouTube Shorts, or even a regular YouTube video, those platforms will actually, doesn't matter how many followers you have, those platforms will actually show your content to people. And that's huge. That's really big for content creators. So when it says choose your platforms wisely, you want to take advantage of TikTok and of Instagram Reels right now, because those algorithms are so generous. And in our next episode of this podcast, we're actually going to talk a lot more about our own experiments that we have done with short video. We're actually doing an episode that's called 30 videos in 30 days. Here's what happened, or 30 reels in 30 days. So check that one out for sure. But basically, choose a platform that you feel comfortable with, that you think that you could put content out on consistently, and just know that that's the difference, and understand how each platform works. Understand how our videos going to be different on Instagram Reels versus TikTok. Are there different audiences on each platform? Where are my people hanging out? And then also, what content would I feel the most inclined to create?
That was very well put.
You liked it?
That would have taken me an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, good. That's why I'm like, I got to take this one. Okay, now we're going to move on to number 2, but it's actually number 2. It's not the second point of the first point. It's the second point of the episode. And remember, there's 3 points of the episode, and this point isn't going to have any subpoints. If you didn't know,
it's not going to have any subpoints.
Veronica, is a retired lawyer.
I'm a retired. In one of the episodes, he called me, what did you call me? A prostitute.
I think
I went to law school to be a prostitute.
Prostitution.
Oh, for prostitution.
Instead of prosecution. It was a slip of the tongue. Yes. So point number 2 is
posting quality content.
What do you mean by quality content? What's a lawyery term there? Like for quality content is like it's subjective.
Oh yeah, that's subjective.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
So
it depends.
Wait a minute.
That's the lawyer
quality
argument.
Quality is a very subjective term, Veronica. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. How you create your content, the equipment that you use is important too.
Yeah.
The also your personality, your deliverance,
your performance,
that is important when you are creating your content and when you're posting
your content. And we're going to have a lot of
content.
Episodes about performance and the struggles of being a performer, and the fact that when you turn a camera around on yourself or you put a microphone in front of your mouth, the stress and the maybe you didn't get into all of this to be an actor and to be a performer, but that is something that it would be a shame if you didn't take advantage of it. And it would be a shame if you didn't go through the discomfort and have the meltdowns and the mini meltdowns on a somewhat regular basis. Studio so that you could, actually reap the benefits of having your own business, of being the boss of your own content, and
as much as you can, just be yourself. There are a lot of people on social media, a lot of people doing what we do, But what sets us apart is also like who we are and how we are able to show that in our content.
Yeah.
Okay, so tip number 3 is to stick to a posting schedule. Hey, I'm interrupting the episode for a little announcement. You know you have to create content to attract more prospects online, but the whole thing seems daunting and too much to figure it out on your own. Which social media platform should I choose? Should I start making videos for IG Reels, TikTok, or YouTube? What skills do I need to learn? What equipment do I need? Or maybe you're considering starting a podcast for your business. And if any of that's the case, we want to invite you to sign up for the waitlist for Smart and Simple Podcasting. It's our first coaching program where we, the Pod Sound School, will be teaching you how to create and launch a professional podcast from scratch. Content marketing, so your content is a lead generation machine for your business, and different ways to maximize every time you record so you can create micro pieces of content that will go on different social media platforms. We'll be holding your hand through the whole process, meeting weekly with you, making sure that you're not getting left behind. We'll be teaching students and clients about podcast and video production and marketing for 4 years. Our approach to teaching is straightforward, innovative, and fun. So hurry up and go to podcastingsmart.com/waitlist to sign up or find the link in the description of this episode. Stop working so hard on your content. Make your content work for you. Now back to the episode. This is very important. We're seeing that how crucial it's been for us to grow on YouTube to post videos weekly. There's been a few times that we haven't been able to post our weekly videos, but most of the time we've been consistent, and that's the platform.
Most of the time it's 50 videos a year that go out on YouTube. And anytime Veronica mentioned there's been a break, we've seen a huge dip in our analytics, and it takes us a long time to catch back up again to our regular sort of views and subscriber rate that happens on YouTube.
Yeah. And not only that, if you have sponsors interested in your content and they want to see that continuity. They want to see that engagement. They want to see...
One of the things they check is that, are you posting regularly?
Are you posting regularly?
When's the most recent post? Oh, they post every week. They've been doing it for a year. That's really easy to check on YouTube. And the same goes for Instagram and for Instagram Reels and for TikTok as well.
Yeah, definitely. So set a posting schedule and just stick to it no matter what. We've been in pickles too before, like we've been sick and things like that. But as much as you can, just stick to that posting schedule.
Yeah, and be realistic about it. I think a great one is like the one we're doing right now with Instagram is one reel every day at a good time of day, 5 days a week. So we have to make 5 short videos every week. It's doable. Anybody can do that. It's not the aggressive Gary V 4 times a day TikTok strategy that he likes to try to get people in on, even though I
kind of want to hang out with Gary.
I would love to hang out with Gary.
Like I would be like intimidated
I don't think I would get an entire word in.
I think I would be mad. I'm not mad, but like afraid that he's gonna get mad at me for just
he's a sweet guy. He seems like he would get mad, but I think he's sweet.
I just think that everything that I'm going to say is gonna be wrong.
He would talk a lot.
Well, I'm used to.
I know, but can you imagine? Would me and Gary even get along? I wouldn't get a word in.
No.
And I'm so
so
shy. I don't know. I think Gary and I could hit the town and we'd have a good time. And after a while, I'd feel confident to share my ideas, and he'd be like, "That's a really good idea."
I think I would be in the corner,
Steve.
like not saying anything. But we digress.
Yes. So now, quality content, good cameras, good lighting, good strategy behind the content, niched, thinking about your niche, thinking about your people. Make sure that you're making content that they would find valuable, that's going to help them, and be yourself and be authentic.
And posting schedule. The fourth point or tip is to get visible and show interest to the companies that you want to work for. And this is a very important one if you're just starting. Maybe you don't have the big numbers yet, but you want to work with a company, with a brand. So what do? What we've done in the past is just posting videos or posting on Instagram about the company, highlighting their products, or how we support the company, or how we just like it so much. And we see how those posts perform, even if the company is not paying you, but they will see that people like it. The people in your community, they like it, and they resonate with the product. And then you can show that video, you can show the results in a nicely put email to the company.
Yeah. Whether they approach you or if you want to approach them. And there's this whole thing, UGC, user generated content, and that it's very tightly wound up with influencer marketing. And it's so valuable. And we're really moving into that more and more away from traditional advertising and into the marketing of actually seeing real people use products. Everything we buy is from somebody that we've seen using it, right?
It's amazing, because years before, you used to just watch the commercials, the TV commercials. Am I old?
People still watch TV
but
commercials?
It was just like the company would hire these people to make a commercial saying that their product was great. Now you can go on Instagram and see real people, or TikTok, real people using the product, putting the makeup on, using the hydrating mask, and all that stuff. So
you can create your own...
So you can see if it works or not.
Yeah, and you can create your own user-generated content before being hit up by companies. It also winds up being really good content for your people anyway. They like to know what products you're using. They like to know what your favorite things are and how you live your life. And so it creates really good content, but it also sets up this impression that, hey, from outsiders, from companies' perspectives, when they're looking for influencers to market their stuff, that, hey, they talk about this kind of thing too. They do product demos.
And it performs really well.
And it performs really well as well. So it's kind of similar in a way that when you're just starting with a service, you might take a client on pro bono. Well, you can kind of do some pro bono user-generated content or make content about some of your favorite companies. And it's good energy to put out there too. So pick a company that you really would love to work with. Pick a company that you know matches your vibe and your style really well. And imagine that, put yourself in the Kardashian shoes and imagine that they're going to pay you $1 million for a post. What would that company be? And then start making some content for that company and pretend that that company is actually paying you and feel the energy of what it feels like for that company to be paying you. And live from your future self and stop living from your past self. Let go of those insecurities and believe that it is possible for you. Stop making all of these different excuses and, I'm not Kim Kardashian. I'm not this
They're
person.
not
I'm
going
not
to
this
pay
person.
me. Let me tell you right now, those companies, they have budgets, big budgets for marketing. And every year they have to choose creators to make content for them, because that's the way that that companies and big brands are advertising their products to people these days.
Yeah, just look at what's happened to
because it's very effective.
The music industry right now with TikTok. If a song goes big on TikTok, and then you look at how that translates over to Spotify or any of the big music listening apps, it becomes #1 on those music listening apps. It tops the Billboard charts because of the power of TikTok, because of the power of social media. So this is something, it's an exciting time to hop in on and to really get excited about, and to know that, hey, there's so many different ways when I'm hopping into this creator economy, or I'm deciding to really start making better content and more money for my business. I can have so many different streams of income. And it's just very exciting. And we've been very excited and lucky to work with such amazing companies. And we hope that you get to do that too. So comment.
Let us know in the comments if you see this as a possibility for you, or maybe you've been doing it already. Let us know in the comments.
And as a reminder, this is both a video and an audio podcast. You can watch the video podcast on YouTube or Spotify, and it's available everywhere else you listen to podcasts in audio format. We love you. We make these episodes for you. Don't be a stranger. Veronica's over on Instagram.
Yes.
And I am on Twitter. I like to joke that it's 3 times a day when I'm in the bathroom. And then we usually get in a fight when I say that, because she thinks that pooping 3 times a day is too much.
La cagadera. I just don't like.
Also, maybe I shouldn't talk about poop on a podcast episode either, but That's actually the healthy amount of times that you should be going to the bathroom every day.
It's more than 3.
And you know what? That's my sacred time. And so share my sacred time with me. Hit me up on Twitter and maybe we can poop together.
La cagadera.
Ay, jeez. Okay, so until next time, happy content creation, and we will catch you on the next episode.